Hi, folks. All right, I'm going to not rush through this, which is often my case when I feel like there's limited amount of time, and just stay with rubrics, understanding we may lose some time to discuss. And Michaela, if you can also just clean up the information that I share here, and that we haven't discussed this project at length. And so, what I understand is that Klamath Outdoor Science School has some posters that were used in the past, and that you are all going to be analyzing those among other things. And so, in discussion with that, and thinking about this upcoming session, said, I'll make a rubric. Maybe it'll be helpful for them. And so I did that. And I'll go into some more, but I'm gonna paste what I have, Michaela, that you sent to me about the assignment, so folks know what that is, and see if there's, I don't know, any brief context that I may have missed on the like why behind the what. Um, but before we go into the rubric, y'all, if you can go back, thank you. Um, yeah, and Michaela, is there anything that I may have missed in the assignment write-up that's in the chat, or that you want to say that might be relevant for people?
Yeah. Hi everybody. I'm Michaela. I'm the program coordinator at Klamath Outdoor Science School. Um, for the last few years, we've been doing a project to culminate our outdoor school programs, and it's looked different over the years, where it's either more creative or more scientific, and do science posters. And so this last year we did science posters, and we're going to do that again. But this helps us know if we're framing the project right, if we're getting all of the lessons across correctly, if the poster is completely random, if we're actually hitting the topics that we think we're hitting. It's really helpful to look back at these posters.
Thank you. And you just nailed one of the points that wasn't sure if I'd be able to get right later, because I used to be a school teacher, and sometimes I would use these things for considering the kids. But I really appreciate that you framed it in terms of the posters and the use of the rubrics to understand if our program is working well. So speaking about it evaluatively as opposed to assessment. So thank you for that. So you can go to the next page. So I made a rubric. What I did was I broke down the assignment that I saw it into a few different tasks or learning goals, which is what you have on the far left. And then I qualified that in just three different scales, and then leave a space for notes. So I invite everyone to open this document. So instead of me explaining at you, I'm going to just show you a poster and invite you to try and I'm going to copy paste the content that's written there into the chat, and invite you just to take 3 minutes to try to work through the rubric with this poster. I do have a second poster, but we're going to have to skip that for the sake of time. So if you can go forward to the next slide. So what I want to just say about rubrics is that they help us define quality. And we can use them to evaluate a lesson or a program, which is what Michaela was talking about. And I would ask you is if you saw all your posters look like that, you'd say, think we're getting it right, right? Because you would look at all those in collection and say, okay, I think we're definitely making sure that we're meeting our goals programmatically. Also, I just put my teacher hat on. It scaffolds learning, and you can involve learners. And so if you give them that first, it makes it really clear what you're hoping that they'll do. And so when you brought up the point of like, we turn in the program summaries, but we don't necessarily know what you're looking for. This helps let people know what you're looking for. It just adds to transparency. So it's best practice. And one of the points that I want to raise is that, they're often using numeric values, which is like standard. And I invite you to really critically consider why, if you were to do that, right? With assessment, I get it, right? You really have to then think about weighting each piece in the rubric. Is this more important than that? But a lot can get lost when you put something into a number, and numbers sometimes don't help. And then also, this is outdoor school. I don't think people are trying to give kids a grade to go home. I don't know if that's the case really, but just critically consider it. You can go to the next page. And of course, we have more rubrics. That's my little plug.